Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Monday Night Raw. We are coming to you live from Dallas, Texas. We are sold out for another edition of Monday Night Raw, and we are going to kick things off with some tag team competition, a matchup that has been several weeks in the making. This one will be a confrontation between Luke Gallows and Karl Anderson of the Club and their opponents, their rivals as of late, the Hardy Boys. Yes, we are kicking things off on the hot foot here on the red brand. Of course, later on we will, as per usual, see two King of the Ring matchups, as we are going to be looking to complete the second round of tournament action, as we are going to see Cara take on Seth Rollins, and of course, Sami Zayn will take on Fandango. So that'll be coming up later on this evening. And one final matchup that has been scheduled for the main event. Some fallout from last week's King of the Ring action. In the main event, it will be the rematch between Drew McIntyre and Randy Orton. Last week, Randy Orton was responsible for Drew McIntyre's loss to Apollo Crews. Orton got involved in that matchup, so we will see the grudge match between Orton and McIntyre take place later on this evening. But this match, it's a grudge match in its own right. The Hardy Boys, of course, made their Universe Mode debut, their return to Monday Night Raw, just a little over a month ago now at this point. Of course, Gallows and Anderson had built up a reputation for taking down elite tag teams. They took out formerly rivals of the Hardy Boys. They took out Edge and Christian way back at the Slammy Awards. And then a little ways after that, just after Extreme Rules, they took out the Dudley Boys. So they were looking to add the Hardy Boys to their hit list. The Hardy Boys came back and they said, you know what? If you want to take down the legacy of tag team wrestling here in the WWE, you got to go through us. So Matt and Jeff, they have returned, and just a couple weeks ago, Matt Hardy picked up a singles victory over Karl Anderson. So the Hardy Boys have a bit of a one-up on Gallows and Anderson as of this moment, but we will see how that carries over to a tag team scenario. Of course, the Hardy Boys, one of the best tag teams in the biz, future Hall of Famers for sure. And you can hear the crowd chanting for Matt Hardy to delete Karl Anderson and Luke Gallows from the face of Monday Night Raw, as this matchup now gets underway with an uppercut from Karl Anderson. A battle of strikes now. Oh, as Hardy gets out of the way. Nice right hand there. Knife edge chop. And now Anderson pulled back. No, counter from Karl Anderson as he drops Brother Matt with a nice belly-to-belly suplex. And now Karl Anderson, pulls him back into a clothesline. Bit of misdirection there from Machine Gun Karl Anderson, or I guess as Matt Hardy called him, the bullet dispenser Karl Anderson. Sure, Anderson looking to get a little bit of payback for that singles matchup a few weeks ago, and now look at this. Anderson takes his eyes off Matt Hardy, and that was a mistake. You can't give a veteran like Matt Hardy an opening like that. That's... But then again, I mean, Karl Anderson, that has been a mistake on the part of himself, on the part of Gallows and Anderson. They have let their ego get the best of them a bit, let their emotions take over, and that's what cost them their tag team title shot at SummerSlam when they took on the Outcasts. They got a little too cocky, took their eyes off the prize, and Anderson got rolled up by Bo Dallas. So we'll see if Anderson can keep his head on straight tonight, or if the same mistake will be made and lightning will strike twice. As right now, a tag made to Jeff Hardy. Look at the Hardys. Sidewalk slam off the top rope from both men, taking down Anderson. We're going to see a cover, but it's broken up by Luke Gallows. Very smart move there by Gallows to get in there and make the save. Jeff disposes of Gallows, though, as Anderson trying to get back to his feet, but he's not in a great place right now. As Matt Hardy, no, wait, a reversal from Anderson as he now gets rid of Jeff, disposes of him, and now he's going to use his power to just hoist Matt Hardy up into the air, bring him back inside the ring the hard way with a vertical suplex. Now driving the knee down just beneath the chin, right into the chest of Matt Hardy. As you can see, Gallows composing himself on the outside. Meanwhile, Karl Anderson, uppercut in the corner. Levels broken Matt Hardy. Now sends him into the ring. Oh, and this is not good. This is not good. As Matt Hardy taken down. I mean, Matt Hardy, he might be broken. He has been reawoken, but I don't know if there's going to be any coming back from... I mean, we've already seen that Edge and Christian, Bubba Ray and Devon Dudley, they were taken out by Gallows and Anderson. We have not seen or heard from them since. So if you get broken by Gallows and Anderson, there may not be any coming back. There will be no reawakening for the Hardy Boys if Gallows and Anderson can have their way with them here tonight. Meanwhile, lining it up, bicycle kick in the corner, and look out. Oh! Gallows just crushes him in the corner. Might have crushed the life out of him. Here's a cover, but there's Jeff to make the save. So this match will continue, but now this time Gallows getting a little bit of payback on Jeff for earlier in the matchup when Jeff took out Gallows. And now the Irish Whip. Matt Hardy bouncing off the corner, but Gallows was there to strike him with a right hand. And that's the numbers game. Gallows and Anderson, they're smart tag team wrestlers as well. Don't count them out. As much as I would say that the Hardy Boys definitely do have the experience factor, that's not to say that Gallows and Anderson are new to this dance either. I mean, they are a very accomplished tag team overseas in Japan. Former IWGP Heavyweight Tag Team Champions, these two men are a force to be reckoned with. They've yet to taste tag team gold here in the WWE, but they have won championships nevertheless. Just as decorated a tag team, maybe not quite the same pedigree of the Hardy Boys, but I don't know, Gallows and Anderson, they're up there. As again, a near fall broken up by Jeff. Things are not looking I was going to say things were not looking too great for the Hardy Boys, but Matt able to turn things around with a kick to the face of Karl. And now the Machine Gun Anderson is in trouble. Matt Hardy takes him down with a scoop slam. He's going to go off the ropes, build up a full head of steam, got him with the leg drop. Brilliantly done by Matt Hardy, but he's not done there. He's going to go for another one. And he's still not done. Firing it up one more time. Matt Hardy nails the trifecta. 3 leg drops in a row. Karl Anderson's in trouble. Matt could be looking to make the tag to Jeff, and they could be looking to put Karl Anderson away, perhaps. As there you see the tag is made. Oh, and we're going to see vintage Hardy Boys. Here it comes. Jeff Hardy. Poetry in motion. The Hardy Boys, they're as good as they ever were. Looking to turn back the clock, turn back time like it's 1999. Jeff Hardy up top with the leg drop. The leg drop connects. The cover 1, 2. No, but it's broken up by Karl Anderson. Or broken up by Gallows, my mistake. Anderson nearly got put away. Now you see there another cheap shot by Gallows. Jeff Hardy was trying to take him off the apron. And that certainly is going to give Anderson time to recover. As Karl Anderson now, oh, there it is, the counter. Jeff Hardy took his eyes off the prize, and now Anderson is going to look to make him pay for it. As there's the Irish Whip. Gallows tried to pull down the ropes, didn't quite get him, but it was for the best as Karl Anderson, tilt-a-whirl backbreaker, nearly broke Jeff Hardy in half. And now Jeff whipped into the corner. We're going to see the tag made to the big man, Luke Gallows. And Gallows is going up top. Gallows, clubbing blow right to the spine of Jeff Hardy, the high flyer, the charismatic enigma right now, is at the mercy of Luke Gallows, who's got him by the neck. Just trying to wrench that out of place, but Jeff able to strike back with a boot to the midsection. Oh, look out, Jeff Hardy, twist of fate! Twist of fate by Jeff Hardy, hook of the leg, this could be it. Is that going to put Gallows away? 2, no. But a surprise shot, nevertheless, has turned the tides in this matchup. Luke Gallows is in trouble. Jeff Hardy, can he put him away? Jeff Hardy goes to the corner. The twist of fate did not put him down, but it has him dazed nevertheless, as he is able to take him out with a tornado DDT. Karl Anderson knocked off the apron. Jeff Hardy's going to go up top. Jeff Hardy looking to fly high with a swanton. No! He did not get it. Gallows got out of the way, and Luke Gallows, the Gallows pole. He has just taken Jeff Hardy to the Gallows and finished it. No! Hardy will live to fight for at least another few moments. He managed to kick out of the Gallows pole, but that would have been a huge victory. A huge momentum shift for Gallows and Anderson. Gallows, a flurry of elbows. You can tell he's getting frustrated. And he hit him with the Gallows pole, his best shot. But Jeff Hardy had the resilience. I mean, even after missing the Swanton, surely he's had the wind knocked out of him. I mean, Gallows, now he's going to take Hardy off the ropes. He's going to take Matt out of the equation. And he's certainly taking the wind out of the sails of this WWE crowd. Oh, now look at this. Cheap shot by Karl Anderson, hanging up Jeff Hardy to dry on that top rope. And I don't know, this could be the beginning of the end, folks. Jeff Hardy, he's in a bad way. I mean, he's out on his feet right now. Karl Anderson now gets inside the ring. He's got a hold of Jeff Hardy. Look out, running power bomb. Jeff might be out. Matt Hardy nowhere to be found. 2 count. And no, Matt was not going to make it in time for the save, but Jeff was able to survive on his own. But for how much longer? Anderson, forearm shot. Jeff Hardy can barely stand. But wait a minute, Jeff. The boot to the midsection. He's trying to fight back with everything he's got left in him. Jeff Hardy has Anderson. Oh, and face plants him. Face first into the mat goes Karl Anderson. You can see Matt Hardy firing up the crowd. Jeff Hardy doing so as well. The tag made to Matt, and the momentum is going to shift once more. As Matt Hardy hits the ring. Oh, and he could be looking to do the same thing. Face plants once again. Anderson, face full of canvas. Is Matt Hardy now. Oh, he let him slip, though. He let him slip. Luke Gallows makes the tag. And now Luke Gallows coming in like a house of fire. Clothesline after clothesline. Wait, Matt ducks out of the way. Matt able to counter. The momentum. Gallows tried to switch it back. But Matt Hardy the reversal. And now look out. Twist of fate. And look who's going up top. The tag was made. Jeff Hardy from the top rope. Swanton bomb. And the cover. Can they do it? 1, 2, 3. And the Hardy Boys pick up the win over Luke Gallows and Karl Anderson right here on Monday Night Raw. We truly have turned back the clock for the second time in a row. Gallows and Anderson fall short against the Hardy Boys. First, it was in singles action. Matt Hardy scoring the win over Anderson a few weeks ago. And now in tag team action as well, the Hardy Boys have returned to reclaim their throne as one of the greatest tag teams in the history of professional wrestling. What a performance from Matt and Jeff. They get it done. Anderson and Gallows humiliated once again as their woes continue. But the Hardy Boys, they're back. They might be better than ever. What's going to be next for them? Could they potentially be looking to capture tag team gold once again? We'll have to see. Well, ladies and gentlemen, after the chaos that ensued during the main event of last week's SmackDown, contract negotiations with the Riot Squad were reopened, and a deal was finally struck between both parties. Stephanie McMahon was determined to make sure that this fiasco was put to bed, and from what I've been told, the Riot Squad was a bit more amicable than they had been in prior negotiations. Everything was kept behind closed doors, so I have not been privy to most of the information. However, I do have a few reveals to hand out at this time. One of those including a tag team match scheduled for this week's episode of SmackDown between the team of Charlotte and Sasha Banks taking on Liv Morgan and Sarah Logan. Beyond that, I've also been told to announce our second match for the Backlash card, an unsanctioned match between Ruby Riott and the Glamazon, Beth Phoenix. We know that she's responsible for the injury of Beth Phoenix's best friend Natalya several weeks ago, and of course, during the main event, during all the chaos that took place on the last episode of SmackDown, she was put through a table by Beth Phoenix. So it appears as though that seems to be the cause of why the Riot Squad was so amicable during this deal. And while I would like to say that that is the end of this drama brought forth by the contract negotiations between the Riot Squad and the WWE, that is not all I have to reveal today. Earlier in the week, this piece of footage came to light from 2 weeks ago on Monday Night Raw. The footage that would have potentially showcased the attack has been damaged, so we do not know who was responsible. However, that was also the night that Sarah Logan made her ominous backstage appearance. So it is highly suspected that Sarah Logan is behind the attack, which is unfortunate because there was this curious interaction between Sarah Logan and Stephanie McMahon, and it seemed as though, at least I had assumed at the time, that Stephanie had gotten to Logan before she did any damage. Very clearly that is not the case, as Alicia Fox was attacked on that night. She was taken to a nearby hospital. The injuries that she sustained, they have not been made public information, but if I get any more information on that front, I will reveal that at a later time. Just when it seems like the chaos surrounding the Riot Squad is finally winding down, it picks back up again. So things are going to be very interesting going forward here in the WWE, here in the women's division, now that the Riot Squad are officially under contract. But before any of that, we are going to kick it back to ringside. Well, folks, we have a developing situation ongoing. Triple H, the COO of the WWE, he was not supposed to be here tonight. I didn't know he was in the building, but his entrance music just hit. He has made his way down here to ringside. I don't know what this is about. I'm not sure why Triple H is here. I was telling the cameraman to point the camera at him. Clearly, he's got something to say. No, of course. No, that's garbage. Triple H, he knew that Samoa Joe wasn't going to be here tonight. That's probably why he's here. So he doesn't have to deal with the wrath of the Samoan submission machine. Oh, well, now wait a minute. Here comes the Raw General Manager, the man who Triple H appointed to take over the position, Dolph Ziggler. I mean, like I said, this is not part of tonight's broadcast. Triple H was not supposed to be here. He came down to the ring. We're supposed to have one of our King of the Ring matchups up next. Dolph Ziggler trying to get control of this situation. And I mean, Dolph Ziggler is absolutely right. Triple H, his men got involved in the world title match and ruined a classic. And now he's out here interrupting Monday Night Raw. I mean, Ziggler, he's got to put his foot down. I mean, it doesn't matter what position Triple H holds here in the WWE. There's got to be some sort of control here. I mean, yeah, I thought Triple H retired. I thought he was done being an on-camera presence, but clearly he's changed his mind for whatever reason. Now, of course, yes. I mean, I said it. Triple H gave Ziggler this position, and now he's gonna hold it over his head. I mean, Dolph Ziggler, he's got the neck injury. What? You've got to be kidding me. This can't get any worse. Well, it appears as though, look out behind you, Hunter, the Demon Finn Balor. He is here in Dallas, Texas. And he wants Cassius Ohno. Well, Triple H, can he deliver? Balor. I mean, this situation just continues to escalate. Balor, he seems to, I mean, he looked over at Ziggler, but clearly you gotta think that Triple H has had his hand in so many different parts of the show here that you gotta imagine he's the one responsible. But he's trying to play it coy. Go figure. I mean, this is Triple H. No, he can pull some strings, but he has no connection to Cassius Ohno. Okay, I buy that. I mean, Finn Balor, you can see he's got just a pure hatred in his eyes. He just wants Cassius Ohno. He doesn't care about Triple H's politics. He just wants a fight. He just wants revenge. As the lights have gone out once again, Balor has disappeared into the shadows once more. But, I mean, this situation just continues to go from bad to worse. This can't be the end of things. I mean, Ziggler, you can see the frustration in his face. He wants so badly to tell Triple H off, but he can't because Triple H employs him. I mean, if Ziggler can't have this GM job, he can't go back to wrestling. He's got his neck injury. There's nothing he can do. Frustrating. Now you see backstage, Noam Dar talking to himself. Well, there's the Brian Kendrick. You know, Brian Kendrick still has unfinished business with Noam Dar, but he's just had a terrible string of luck as of late. Last week, Samoa Joe laid him out backstage. It seems as though Brian Kendrick will stop at nothing. He will do whatever it takes to receive a United States Championship match. He just wants to settle this score with Noam Dar once and for all. But I don't like where this is going. Oh, no. I mean, you can't accept that kind of offer. I mean, I guess Brian Kendrick doesn't really have anything to bargain for at this point. Oh, God, no. Kendrick, he might have just sold his soul to the devil. I mean, like I said, he doesn't have anything to offer. He hasn't been impressed. Dolph Ziggler told him he hasn't won enough matches to be deserving of a title shot. He said to go talk it over with the champion last week. And now it appears as though Brian Kendrick, the only way he's going to get a United States Championship match is if he puts his career, his Raw contract, on the line. And I shudder to think at the implications of what could happen if Noam Dar gets a hold of Brian Kendrick's contract. I mean, we talk about Triple H holding Dolph Ziggler's position over his head. That'd be just as tragic for Brian Kendrick, but right now, we move on to the matchup that was supposed to take place a few minutes ago. Has been delayed thanks to the interference from Triple H, but we roll on with the King of the Ring tournament. Second round action is this one. Well, actually, this is first round action. My apologies. Get all messed up with the qualifying round, but two men who have qualified for this first round of action: Sin Cara of the Outcasts, and his opponent tonight, Seth Rollins. Of course, Sin Cara, he earned this spot by defeating Gran Metalik in the qualifying round, and Seth Rollins, he defeated his former disciple, Buddy Murphy, to qualify for this tournament. So Sin Cara and Seth Rollins, they will duke it out. As I said earlier, Sami Zayn and Fandango will be scheduled to compete later on in the evening, so that King of the Ring matchup is still to come. And once that goes down, we'll be moving on to the real deal, the second round for real. If I can get my head on straight, next week, the second round action of matches will take place. Of course, we will go over the brackets in due time at the conclusion of our matchup later on this evening between Sami Zayn and Fandango. But as always, there is a huge prize hanging in the balance of this King of the Ring tournament. The winner, of course, as I said, the semifinals and the final matchups will take place at Backlash. So if either of these two men can go through all of that, overcome all the hurdles, all the obstacles, and win the King of the Ring tournament, they will move on to the main event of Survivor Series, where they can face a champion of their choosing, and it doesn't matter what brand you're on. If you win the tournament, you can challenge for the WWE title or the World Heavyweight title. It's fair game for anybody. So Seth Rollins, this could be the opportunity of a lifetime. He has finally overcome the demons of his past. He's gone through Baron Corbin. He's gone through the Revival. He's gone through Buddy Murphy. Tonight, he looks to start anew. He looks to blaze a new path and burn it down. But can he be victorious once again? Now that he's got all the baggage of his past off of his shoulders, can he start anew and defeat Sin Cara and move on to continue through this King of the Ring tournament? I mean, it's a very loaded King of the Ring tournament. We've already seen the likes of Apollo Crews and the leader of the Outcasts, Curtis Axel, advance. And that's just on the Raw side of things. The SmackDown side of the bracket, we've had some very stiff competition over there as well. So, I mean, this King of the Ring tournament, perhaps the biggest tournament we have seen yet. So, I mean, winning it will be no easy task. Because right now we have the former United States champion, Sin Cara, looking to try to step up into the main event picture. And as I said, his ally, the leader of the Outcasts, Curtis Axel, has already moved on. Sin Cara looking to join him, but well, with a sunset flip powerbomb like that, if Sin Cara can continue pulling out massive moves like that, well, it might actually not be that difficult to defeat Seth Rollins. But typically, a match with Seth Rollins, this is what I'm talking about. A victory will be easier said than done. Sin Cara was looking for a springboard hurricanrana. Seth Rollins caught him in midair and then floored him with a buckle bomb. So these two men pulling out all the stops from the get-go. They're not holding anything back, not wasting any time. And of course, with a King of the Ring tournament like this, I mean, you got to think about the endurance. I mean, these superstars coming in here week in, week out, having to deal with these matches. They have to you have to think that they're trying to preserve themselves for later on in the tournament. So, not looking to pull any punches, looking to go straight for the throat, straight for the jugular from the beginning. As right now, Sin Cara takes down Seth Rollins with that Hurricanrana. Now Rollins backed into the corner. Knife edge chop from Sin Cara. Kick to the leg now. And Sin Cara could be looking to use some of that high-flying offense. He doesn't get caught this time. He catches Rollins with the Hurricanrana, and he says, let's go. Sin Cara calling him to his feet. The former United States champion. Through this tournament, could be looking to capture World Championship gold. It would be a huge rise to success. Huge rise to the top for Sin Cara. Of course, neither of these men have held a World Championship in Universe Mode. So, big prize up for grabs is Seth Rollins. Well, for a big prize, sometimes you gotta pull off a big risk. And on this occasion, the risk pays off for Seth Rollins as he takes out Sin Cara. Rams him into the barricade, rams him into the steel stairs. Seth Rollins is in control right now. Sin Cara in trouble. The referee up to a count of 4, count of 5 now. Is Sin Cara taking over to the barricade, and this is not looking good. Sin Cara over to the barricade, face first. Snake eyes from Seth Rollins using the barricade as a weapon. And Rollins now going to send Sin Cara back inside the ring. Seth Rollins now going to go up top. Look out below Sin Cara. Meteora from Seth Rollins, delivering the knees to the shoulders. As you can see, Sin Cara again trying to roll out of harm's way, trying to get out of dodge. Trying to buy himself a moment to catch his breath. I mean, Seth Rollins, a very fast-paced style, but a counter from Sin Cara. We know that Sin Cara can do the fast-paced, high-flying offense just as well as Seth Rollins, but on this occasion, in this match, it might be more beneficial for him to slow things down. He takes Seth Rollins off his feet with the arm drag from the top. And now, perhaps looking to take things to the ground, take things to the mat. Of course, it might be smart for Sin Cara to start targeting that leg, not only to slow down but Seth Rollins instead going to go after the leg of Sin Cara. We know Sin Cara, with that stretch muffler of his, would be very smart of him to start working away on the leg. He hasn't had the opportunity, though. Seth Rollins has just been firing on all cylinders. Sin Cara's had no chance, really, to get in a word edgewise. Is Sin Cara now taken down to the Northern Light suplex. Rollins bridging for the pin. There's a 1, but only a 1. As Sin Cara really having a tough time of it out there. As now he's able to catch him off guard with the jawbreaker. And now look at this. Sin Cara going to roll him up. Going to roll him up. 1, 2. But Rollins just able to get his shoulders off the mat. Sin Cara trying to turn things around. Trying to start to really muster. But every time Sin Cara starts to mount a comeback, Rollins shuts him down. As now he goes to the outside, but Rollins, this time he's there. He tried the suplex last time. It didn't work. So he takes him off the apron himself. Hops to the outside. And now Seth Rollins is looking to continue the punishment. Sin Cara up on Rollins' shoulders here. What is... Oh, no. Power bomb onto the barricade. Sin Cara. I don't know how much more he's going to have left after a move like that. As Seth Rollins climbs up to the apron. Look out, Sin Cara, because here comes Seth Rollins with the springboard knee. And Rollins is cooking with gas. He cannot be stopped. Seth Rollins now rolls through into a super kick. Good night, Sin Cara. That may do it. The cover. 1, 2, and no. Once again, it's close but no cigar. Sin Cara able to do everything he can to hang in there. But if he's not going to be able to go on the offensive, I mean, you can only take so much punishment for so long until you're not going to kick out. You got to mount some sort of attack at some point. But right now, Seth Rollins is in control. He will not let Sin Cara take the upper hand. He will not let Sin Cara strike back. Well, there, he missed. Sin Cara able to finally get out of the way, and now he might finally be able to muster some sort of meaningful offense here. As Seth Rollins flew into that turnbuckle, took a high-risk move, it did not pay off, and now Sin Cara gonna go for that strategy that I was talking about. Gonna go to work on the leg, because not only will that soften Seth Rollins up for the stretch muffler, Sin Cara's finishing maneuver, but it will also slow down Seth Rollins' high-flying, fast-paced offense. He won't be able to take those kind of risks. So this is probably the best strategy Sin Cara can come up with. He tried to match him with that high-flying style. It wasn't working for him. So now he's going to change up his game plan. And you can see now, Sin Cara starting to gain control of this matchup. He's switched styles. Well, it was working for him for a bit, but Seth Rollins is just too tenacious, too determined. As Sin Cara spills to the outside, and Seth Rollins, he says, "You want to try to work away on my legs? Well, how about this?" Seth Rollins is not slowing down one damn bit. As he flies over the top rope, lands on his feet no less, and just absolutely massacred Sin Cara. Things go from bad to worse for Sin Cara. He just cannot keep Seth Rollins down. As Seth Rollins goes back up top, and he's going to go for the Meteora a second time. For the second time, drives the knees into the shoulders. Rollins is a man possessed. And then you have to think, now that he's cast off the shackles of his past, now Seth Rollins, he's got to be light as a feather. I mean, he's just moving around out there with ease. This is a kind of fire from Seth Rollins we haven't seen in a while. I mean, Seth Rollins, he's just toying with Sin Cara at this point. And this matchup might already be over. It might have been a foregone conclusion the minute the bell rang, because it has been all Seth Rollins. It's now from the middle rope. The Phoenix Splash from the middle rope. 1, 2, and no, Sin Cara's still in it. Sin Cara sure has taken a licking in this matchup, and he's still coming back for more. But as I said, he's got to get some sort of offense in here, and he just has not been able to do that. Seth Rollins going to go for the Phoenix Splash from the top rope, but this time Sin Cara got the knees up. Rollins went for the big time, and he missed, but now look out. Oh! Sin Cara, the schoolboy powerbomb. It's fitting. We saw Seth Rollins use a similar roll-up to fake out his opponent, followed through with a super kick instead. Sin Cara has a bit of tit for tat, bit of an eye for an eye, but Seth Rollins still will not be stopped. Sin Cara, he hits one big move, but Seth Rollins immediately back to his feet, back in control. I mean, what more is left? Sin Cara, he's tried it all, but Seth Rollins just cannot be put down. But he's going to put his foot down on the back of Sin Cara's head with a curb stomp. It may be curtains for the former United States champion. This match is done. In this matchup, somebody might have just wanted to just throw in the towel for Sin Cara. He had nothing. He had nothing to counter this ferocious fury, this flurry, this onslaught from Seth Rollins. He could not be stopped no matter what Sin Cara hit him with. Seth Rollins just shrugged it off, came back, and eventually put him down with a curb stomp, the move that has put away many an opponent in the past. Rollins continues to put his best foot forward, and now he advances to the second round, where he will face the winner of our matchup later on tonight between Sami Zayn and Fandango. And if he can win that matchup, he'll go on to Backlash to compete in the semifinals against the winner of the Apollo Crews Curtis Axel matchup. So this tournament continues to get closer and closer to the finish line. Seth Rollins gets closer and closer to a potential world championship. Well, Mojo Rawley, he said he wants a match with the Demon, and Dolph Ziggler is still frustrated after what happened earlier. I mean, I think Mojo, this probably wasn't the best time for him to go talk to the GM. I mean, Ziggler is still clearly frustrated after his encounter with Triple H. Whoa, wait a minute. Backstage, there's a bit of a scuffle between the Outcasts here. What's going on? Sin Cara and Curtis Axel, I mean, well, there was some sort of a fight that just went down, a bit of a disagreement between Axel and Sin Cara, so this situation still appears to be, I mean, clearly there are still tensions boiling over within the Outcasts. I guess Sin Cara, he's run out of options. Sin Cara, he just lost his King of the Ring matchup with Seth Rollins. I mean, he was so frustrated that the moment he got pinned, he just made his way to the back. And, well, gotta wonder what's going on with the Outcasts now. I mean, Curtis Axel, he's still got the King of the Ring tournament to go. Axel said, fine, you know what, go ahead. Sin Cara got frustrated because Axel's plan for him didn't work. He lost his spot in the King of the Ring tournament. And now, Sin Cara, well, he's fed up with his losing streak. He's fed up with what Axel's wanted him to do. So he says, I'm going to use my rematch clause. And Axel said, fine, if that's what you want to do. You don't want to take my advice. I mean, this isn't a dictatorship. The Outcasts, apparently, they claim to be equals. So Axel said, fine, you walk your own path. I'm not going to stop you. But clearly there's tensions boiling over there. But for now, we move on to the last match on the Raw side of the bracket for the first round of our King of the Ring tournament. And it's going to be the underdog from the underground taking on the party animal. It's Sami Zayn versus Fandango. Of course, Sami Zayn, he defeated Brian Kendrick to qualify for this tournament. And Fandango, well, he got that roll-up victory over Mojo Rawley, who we just saw moments ago. And you can see Fandango flanked by his party animals, No Way Jose and Rhino. Things did not go so well for them in the after party after Fandango picked up the win over Mojo, because it was Finn Balor who laid out all four men, Mojo Rawley included. So Fandango looking to have a better affair tonight. He's coming down here to the ring, looking to have a better time, looking to maybe have a party with Sami Zayn. I mean, he tried to do that, tried to extend the invitation to Mojo Rawley last week. That didn't go over so well, but we'll see how things will go tonight. And of course, I mean, Fandango, he wants to have the party, but, you know, the King of the Ring victory, that would also be pretty good for him, I'd imagine. But you can see Fandango very quickly trying to get the crowd behind him. I mean, it's the energy of the people that give Fandango his strength. And there it is, you can see. He's opening the floor to Sami Zayn. Is Sami Zayn going to join in on the party? Because Sami Zayn's having a little fun, joining in on it a bit. He's feeling the energy of the crowd as well. You know, Sami Zayn, he's very much so a people person. Well, these two, they're having a little bit of fun out there. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. Fandango with his finisher, the roll-up. This may do it. Sami Zayn gets rolled up. 1, 2. No. And I don't think Sami Zayn's going to be too pleased about that. Fandango just hit him with one of his finishers, the roll-up. The devastating roll-up that put away Mojo Rawley. You can see Fandango saying, well, no, it's all fun and games, but Sami Zayn, he's done now. He's done playing around. Fandango tried. Ah, man, Fandango, you tried, but better luck next time. Well, now Sami Zayn going on the attack. We've got a wrestling match now, folks. And Sami Zayn will send Fandango off the ropes, and a tilt-a-whirl backbreaker from Zayn. So this matchup is underway now. The time for fun and games, the time for dancing, the time for partying is over. Like I said, there's a world championship hanging in the balance. Sami Zayn is not gonna let Fandango catch him off guard like that. Well, but Fandango, he's not out here just to party though. He's starting to get serious now. That knife edge chop from Sami Zayn seems to have awoken a fire in Fandango. But hey, that roll up attempt woke a fire in Sami Zayn, who got him off the top rope with the tilt-a-whirl DDT, and now into the cover. 1, 2. No, but Fandango kicks out. You can see No Way Jose and Rhino watching on, trying to cheer on Fandango to a potential victory here tonight. Although I have a feeling things are going to be a bit more difficult for Fandango tonight than they were against Mojo Rawley. I mean, clearly, his roll-up attempt did not work. Oh, but he's going to go for it again. He's going to go for the roll-up once more, this time from behind. 2, and no. So Fandango, the roll-up's not doing anything for him tonight. But he's got other tricks up his sleeve. He's got other moves in the arsenal, don't you worry. As he took him around the world with the head scissors. Sami Zayn is a bit dazed, bit confused right now. This Fandango, no, looking to follow it up. But Zayn with the knee to the face, able to block it. And now Sami Zayn's got Fandango. Oh, plants him down. 1, 2. No, but Fandango's still in it. Sami Zayn dropped him on his neck, but Fandango is still alive in this matchup. So Fandango, yes, he likes to have fun. Oh, but now look at this Blue Thunder Bomb. Well, Fandango, he likes to have fun, but when he gets serious, he's actually a potential threat. But I think he got serious a little too late, because now Sami Zayn, the time for fun and games has long since been over, and a haluva kick may put this match to bed. It may be the end of the King of the Ring tournament, the end of the road for Fandango. 2, 3, it's done. No Way Jose tried to hype up the crowd for one last rally, but Fandango didn't have it in him. There's the replay, the move that put Fandango away, the haluva kick. And no rally was left, no fuel was left in the tank. So Fandango, the after party, you know, I'm sure he'll still go back and party anyway, but he's also got to start training for the next day, for the next fight. Rhino, he's got a little more to work with. I mean, he's helped Fandango improve a bit, but not enough that he could win the King of the Ring tournament. Not enough that he could defeat Sami Zayn. So now we know that Seth Rollins and Sami Zayn will square off next week right here on Monday Night Raw. And as well as that, it'll be Curtis Axel and Apollo Crews taking each other on as part of this King of the Ring tournament. So stay tuned for the next episode of Monday Night Raw, where these two matches will take place. And then in 2 weeks' time at Backlash, we will see the semifinals. But before all of that, on the next episode of SmackDown, Luke Harper will go one-on-one with Braun Strowman, and Chris Jericho will go one-on-one with John Cena. That will conclude the first round of the tournament. Next week on SmackDown, we will see the second round matchups for the Blue Brand, and then at Backlash, the semifinals and finals will go down. Well, now you can see backstage, and the general manager, well, Noam Dar just came out of the general manager's office. I imagine he was there to talk about that United States Championship matchup he just booked with Brian Kendrick. Oh, Sin Cara, actually that's true. Sin Cara, he was so hell-bent on using his rematch clause that, well, okay, now it looks like Noam Dar has no issues with a triple threat. I thought maybe there was going to be perhaps a bit of a conflict of interests there, but surely Noam Dar, he's got to have some sort of a plan. We know Noam Dar, he's all about misdirection. He's always got some sort of trick up his sleeve. He's always got some sort of mind game he can play with people. So it seems as though Noam Dar, okay, so if I understand the situation correctly, Noam Dar has basically just booked himself into a triple threat at Backlash. He's already accepted the challenge from Brian Kendrick. Kendrick offering to put his Raw contract up for grabs, and Sin Cara looking to use his rematch clause, and Noam Dar has accepted both challenges. So he's going to talk things over with a Raw GM, and it looks like we may, I mean, if all gets approved, if all goes according to Noam Dar's plan, looks like we may have a triple threat on our hands at Backlash for the United States Championship. A lot to process this evening, a lot's going down. I mean, we saw the appearance of Triple H, the surprise appearance of the Game, the King of Kings. Sami Zayn, Seth Rollins have advanced in the King of the Ring tournament. Hardy Boys defeating Gallows and Anderson, and now it is time for the main event of the evening, as it will be the rematch from just over a month ago. The savage Scottish Terminator, Drew McIntyre, goes one-on-one with a man who cost him his spot in the King of the Ring tournament, the Viper, Randy Orton. The Rookie Killer rides again, and he is looking to kill. Well, I mean, McIntyre's hardly a rookie, but then again, does Randy Orton ever really go up against a rookie? Randy Orton, he's got this bias against people who have never worked in the WWE. Well, Drew McIntyre has worked in the WWE. He didn't have a very successful run of it, but he was here before, but Randy doesn't care. Randy probably doesn't even know who Drew McIntyre is. Well, at least, he didn't know who Drew McIntyre was when they first fought, but now he knows who Drew McIntyre is. He knows him he's heard him loud and clear. He knows exactly what Drew McIntyre is capable of, because Randy Orton, the last time he squared off with Drew McIntyre, he was on the receiving end of a McIntyre boot to the face, courtesy of a Claymore kick. And he got his shoulders pinned to the mat with a 1-2-3. Randy Orton, if he didn't know who Drew McIntyre was before, he knows exactly who he is now. And he knows exactly whose face he needs to rearrange. He knows exactly what quote-unquote rookie he needs to put in his place. And Randy Orton, it's been a downward spiral for him of sorts. I mean, he lost at WrestleMania in his tag match against Samoa Joe and AJ Styles. He lost to the Demon Finn Balor at Battleground. And, of course, most recently, he was defeated by Drew McIntyre to qualify for the King of the Ring tournament. So Randy Orton, he's got to do something to get his head on straight, to get back on track. And I guess he's looking to use McIntyre as a springboard to recover his career. Because really, I mean, if he loses again, if Orton loses here, I mean, where does he go? I mean, that's another crushing defeat at the hands of, well, someone he doesn't even really respect. Well, now look at that, straight out of the gate. These two men going right for each other's throats. There is no love lost between these two men, that's for sure. You can see McIntyre now just pummeling him. I mean, the first time it was just business. McIntyre, it was his Raw his Raw return. He didn't really care who he was fighting. He just wanted to make an impact, to go on in the King of the Ring tournament and potentially fight for a world championship. But then Randy Orton had to make it personal. Randy Orton had to take away his shot at the King of the Ring tournament. And now Drew McIntyre, well, McIntyre, he says, okay, if you want to fight me, I'll fight you. But this time, this isn't just a wrestling match. This isn't just the means to an end. This is a fight, a brawl. And we know that McIntyre can brawl. He can throw hands. I mean, those devastating knife-edge chops you got to watch out for. But right now, McIntyre not on the offensive. He just ate a back suplex into the barricade. And now Randy Orton again going to go for the spine, the back of Drew McIntyre. Of course, Randy Orton, he might not have had much of a plan, not knowing who he was going to fight in their King of the Ring qualifier. But now he knows exactly who he's going up against. And you can see he's very clearly cooked up a game plan. Target the lower back of Drew McIntyre. And you might say that's a bit of an odd strategy, because you look at, usually when people target body parts, they target the legs, the arms. But actually going for the lower back on a guy like Drew McIntyre is smart, because you have to think, for those devastating strikes, those knife-edge chops, those punches, every time McIntyre goes to throw one, he really has to put his back into it. That's where most of his power comes from. So Randy Orton, not only is he potentially taking away his grappling ability, the power that McIntyre would need to really lift Orton up there, but he's also weakening those strikes, and that might just give Randy Orton enough of an edge to hang in this matchup. I mean, he's obviously not going to win a battle of strikes with Drew McIntyre, so what's he doing? He's trying to weaken the strikes. Go to work on the back, as you see a vintage backbreaker from Orton. McIntyre is reeling. So Randy, a bit of a different approach than the last time, and I guess we're going to find out if that'll be enough for him to get the win, to get the job done. As Randy now just pacing around the ring, measuring McIntyre to just put the boot to the face. Just pure malice behind that boot. No respect intended from Randy Orton. And McIntyre, he's okay with that. McIntyre, this matchup isn't about respect. McIntyre just wants to beat the ever-living crap out of Randy Orton. But you can see there, McIntyre with the knife-edge chops, not packing as much power behind him. Thanks to Randy Orton's assault on the back. And unlike last time, it's actually Randy Orton who is in control right now. As now you can see just stomping around, stomping away at every exposed body part of Drew McIntyre. One more boot to the face for good measure. But now he's going to line it up, knee to the face. Randy Orton now is just toying with him. This is that vindictive, methodical pace that Randy Orton so expertly excels in. Try to take the crowd out of it. Try to keep McIntyre off his feet. And just slowly dissect him. That's the Viper. That's the Apex Predator. Is now... No. McIntyre able to counter back, though. And in that one, that knife-edge chop rocked him. And look at McIntyre. Oh! inverted suplex, dropped him on his face. Brilliantly done by McIntyre. So Orton, he might be trying to work away on the back, might be trying to neutralize the power of McIntyre, but McIntyre, you gotta be kidding me. No way, does he have the strength to pull that off? An inverted Alabama slam. McIntyre's just too damn powerful. Is now the cover? No. The kick out. I mean, he's a Terminator. McIntyre, he's a machine. Unbelievable. I mean, Orton has done... I mean, with the amount of damage Orton has done to the back, that McIntyre still has the strength to pull off moves like this is just ridiculous. He's a machine. You can't stop him. Drew McIntyre, once again, just tossing Randy with ease. Not even suplexing him, just tossing him away. Oh, and now a headbutt. A raw, vicious headbutt from McIntyre may have shut Orton's lights out, but he kicks out. The match goes on. McIntyre. Just straight bone-on-bone collision, but not enough to put Orton away. But clearly Orton is... That had to have knocked him silly. Might have kicked out, just out of pure instinct. No, he's able to counter now. Countered the kick. Perhaps McIntyre was thinking future shock DDT. He didn't get it, though. He's now Randy Orton with the uppercuts. Vicious uppercuts to Drew McIntyre now sends him into the corner. He's going to take him up to the middle rope. Oh, and he's going to look for that. Looking for that vintage backbreaker, but this time with a bit of extra height, extra impact behind it. Into the cover. Is that going to be enough to put McIntyre away? We've got the 2. We don't have the 3. McIntyre hanging on for dear life. Randy Orton trying desperately to put McIntyre away as now he just slams his arm off the canvas. Randy now is going ballistic. But he was able to recompose himself. We know that Orton has had some anger management issues. His temper tends to flare up and get the better of him. But he was able to recompose himself, go back for the back, and now RKO not on the way. It's countered. Oh my God. And just a devastating knife-edge chop. I guess there really is nothing you can do to stop those. And McIntyre, he's a big boy with big chops, and I guess you just can't stop him. McIntyre, he's just too damn brutal. Too damn stubborn. And of course that was the story of the last matchup. Randy Orton unable to hit that RKO. As McIntyre again just putting him in his place with these devastating chops. Randy now lifeless, just dragged up to the top rope. McIntyre, what's he thinking now? He's taking Randy up high, up onto his shoulders. This doesn't look good. This doesn't look good at all. Drew McIntyre, oh my. Rolling fireman's carry. Might have crushed the wind out of him. 1, and the 2, and no. Randy Orton still in it. This match continues. As McIntyre now missed wildly with a kick. Randy Orton reverse DDT. And Orton's back on top. McIntyre had him for a moment. But Orton's back in it. McIntyre stumbles to his feet. Randy Orton could be thinking, RKO, this time he hits it. He hit it. 1, 2, 3. No, you've got to be kidding me. Randy Orton, he finally hit it. He finally hit McIntyre with the RKO. But it didn't matter. McIntyre just kicked out of it. And now, I mean, look at this. Randy Orton's beside himself. He's just kicking away, and now just kicking McIntyre in the face. As I said, when Orton's temper flares, it completely takes over. He becomes a totally different beast. This is when you truly get to see the venom of the Viper. But McIntyre can strike back blow for blow. He's got Orton up on his shoulders again, and McIntyre drives him down to the canvas. McIntyre just stumbles into the cover. 2. No, but Orton kicks out. You can see McIntyre a little off balance going into that cover. He might still be going toe-to-toe, blow for blow with Randy Orton, but, I mean, he's certainly starting to lose that edge of his, and now it's just a slugfest. Randy Orton, the uppercut in the corner. McIntyre can barely even stand on his feet right now. That RKO is taking a lot out of him. As now Randy Orton just punching him in the face. Oh, but he's trying to go for the leg, but just look at McIntyre. How did McIntyre block that? How did he have the power to just deadlift him? Oh, now boot to the midsection. Boot to the midsection. McIntyre got him. Future Shock DDT. The Future Shock DDT in the cover. 1, 2, 3. And McIntyre did it. McIntyre didn't even need the Claymore. The Future Shock DDT was enough to put Randy Orton away. And despite how impressive Randy Orton's assault on the lower back of McIntyre was throughout this matchup, Orton, he continues to slip. He's getting worse out there. He's getting sloppier. I mean, you see, he hit the RKO, but at the end of the day, he might have hit his best shot. But as far as being on the receiving end goes, he didn't even survive the Future Shock. A move he kicked out of last time puts him away tonight. Randy Orton, he's losing his edge. McIntyre puts him away for the second time in a row. And so Randy Orton, his quest for vengeance does not bear fruit. It does not produce the results he was looking for. Drew McIntyre, once again, defeats the Viper. And now I guess the question is, where does McIntyre go from here? His shot at the King of the Ring tournament has been ripped away from him. He may have beaten Randy twice, but his fast track to the world title, I mean, that's gone. So McIntyre's going to have to find another way around. Going to have to find another way to the top. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Oh, Randy Orton, RKO. Come on. Come on, the match is over. But I guess, did you really expect anything less from Randy Orton? I mean, this is the second time in the last 2 months he's lost to Drew McIntyre. And as I said, he's already coming off of a string of critical losses. And now a second RKO. And McIntyre can't even defend himself. Randy Orton, he's a man possessed. No. No. Don't do it, Randy. Don't do it. Oh, no. He's going to go to this. He's going to that place. Randy Orton, the punt kick. McIntyre has just had his head kicked off by Randy Orton.